Hello everyone, I greet you in the name of God Almighty. My name is Apostle Nathan Silas, and today we have a very interesting video to react to. It's actually a video of Nelson Mandela, former president of South Africa, even though he's late now. But then he has something that he said during 1990s concerning Palestine, and then we want to look at what in a sense he says during that very time. I believe that what he's going to say is something that we all are going to learn from it. So I want to encourage us for us to listen attentively to the word of wisdom this man will be sharing with us. So if today happens to be the first time of you checking out my channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on my Facebook and Instagram. If you have any video you want me to react to, don't forget to drop it at the comment section and I'm going to check it out. So guys, before we get on to the video, I'm a theologian and I make this video not to discredit anyone's religion. This is basically for educational purposes, and I believe that at the end of this video we all are going to learn from this. So guys, without any further ado, let's get on to this video and check this out.
Would you want a Gaddafi or an Arafat or a Castro to be a future president of South Africa?
One of the mistakes which some political analysts make is to think that their enemies should be our enemies. That we can and we will never do. We have our own struggle which we are conducting. We are grateful to the world for supporting our struggle. But nevertheless, we are an independent organization with its own policy. And the attitude of every country towards, our attitude towards any country is determined by the attitude of that country to our struggle. Yasser Arafat, Colonel Gaddafi, Fidel Castro support our struggle to the hilt. There is no reason whatsoever why we should have any hesitation about hailing their commitment to human rights as they are being demanded in South Africa. Our attitude is based solely on the fact that they fully support the anti-apartheid struggle. They do not support it only in rhetoric. They are placing resources at our disposal for us to win the struggle. That is the position.
Having said that, I think I would be dishonest if I did not express profound disappointment with the answer that Mr. Mandela gave to the previous question, because it suggests a certain degree of amorality. It suggests that what these people do in their own countries, what a Gaddafi does in Libya, what a Castro does in Cuba, is totally irrelevant, even in terms of the issue of human rights, as long as they support the cause of the ANC. I hope that is not what Mr. Mandela meant, and I would hope that he would clarify that issue further.
Mr. Mandela.
And at the same time want me to be involved in the internal affairs of Libya and Cuba. I refuse to do that. As far as Yasser Arafat is concerned, I explained to Mr. Sigmund that we identify with the PLO because just like ourselves, they are fighting for the right of self-determination. I went further, however, to say that the support for Yasser Arafat in his struggle does not mean that the ANC has ever doubted the right of Israel to exist as a state legally. We have stood quite openly and firmly for the right of that state to exist within secured borders. But, of course, as I said to Mr. Sigmund in Geneva and others, that we carefully define what we mean by secure borders. We do not mean that Israel has the right to retain the territories they conquered from the Arab world, like the Gaza Strip, the Golan Heights, and the West Bank. We don't agree with that. Those territories should be returned to the Arab people.
Mr. Mandela,
I also explained to Mr. Sigmund and company that in our organization, we have Jews. In fact, Mr. Gaddafi did not allow us to open our offices in Libya precisely because we had the courage to say to him, we work with the Jews in our organization. And he didn't allow us to open an office until February this year, when he had to accept us as we are. We are not prepared to be swayed by anybody. We have an independent policy which we assert no matter with whom we discuss. The Jewish leader have any doubts about our stand, I am prepared to address them and to allay their concern, because they are a very important community both in South Africa and, of course, in the States. And I'm prepared to iron out any differences that might exist. But they must know what our stand is. Arafat is a comrade in arms, and we treat him as such. And as I have said, we have many Jews, members of the Jewish community in our struggle, and they have occupied very top positions. But that does not mean to say that the enemies of Israel are our enemies. We refuse to take that position. You can call it being political or a moral question, but for anybody who changes his principles depending on whom he is dealing, that is not a man who can lead a nation.
Wow, that's a very interesting video by Nelson Mandela. Of course, he says so many things at the course of this video when it comes to human rights, democracy, and how it's being interpreted by different region or people, and how they also apply it to others. Now, he went on to spoke about, understand, the apartheid, and then what that happened in South Africa many years ago. Maybe at that time, though I was born, though, but very little. Then we also look at the support of some of the world leaders. We look at Castro, we look at Muammar Gaddafi, and then we look at how, in a sense, at the end of the day, whatever they believe in, how things in a sense turn around, and then the people got to understand that they have made wrong decision, even though a decision that cannot be reversed. Look at Libya, for instance. Of course, we understand the principles and what Muammar Gaddafi stand for the right and liberty of the Libyan people. Now, Gaddafi was presented back to the people as someone who does not have the interest of the people of Libya. At the end of the day, they went on to kill him. But then today, for some of the principles and things he stands for, I think that everything have been justified, because people have now understand that they were wrong, even though it's something that they can't be able to reverse it. You know, when democracy was being delivered to Africa, for instance, of course, it's being applied to different countries depending on who they are dealing with, which is not how it's supposed to be. And that is why Mandela is saying that if you are a man and then you changes your principles on how you deal with some other people, then you are not supposed to even lead a nation. And that is why we are saying, for instance, and on the case of Palestine, we are not saying that Palestine should go on killing innocent people in Israel, or Israel going to kill innocent people, children in Palestine. But what we are saying is that we can't inherit, in a sense, your enemy. Because if the person is not our enemy, why should we make him your enemy because he's your enemy? No, it's not supposed to be so. In as much as, of course, we support human rights, we do not want people to go on killing innocent people, abusing people that they are not supposed to be. But nevertheless, we still feels like people supposed to have a right, in a sense, to live, and then they also should have right to their self determination. And then that is why we are saying, or I am saying, that Palestine supposed to have a right, in a sense, to live in Palestine. Same thing is also applicable to the Israeli. But we are saying that people should not kill, in a sense, one another. This is what we are saying. So despite the fact that I should be a Christian, then I do not have to support, in a sense, what Israel do by when going on to kill, in a sense, innocent people in Palestine, or Palestine going to kill innocent people in Israel. Because when you look at, in a sense, what that is happening in both Palestine and Israel, then you realize that their fight is based on what? Occupation. It's all about, in a sense, a territory. This one want to own a particular place. So it means that we do not have to say that because majority or some people in Israel are Christian, then we have to support everything that the Israel, or the actions that the Israel are taking against the Palestine. No, that is not how it's supposed to be. A very interesting video, and I hope that this one have helped us to be able to learn few things, in a sense, about what is happening, in a sense, in our world nowadays. Nevertheless, this is actually a call for us to know that, as the Bible says, that when the end comes, nation will rise against nation, kingdom will rise against kingdom, and then therefore there will be earthquake, there will be violence, there will be all this terror, and there will be famine. All these things, in a sense, have already happened. We have seen the nation rising against nation, nations invade nations, people killing, in a sense, one another, and we know that the end has come. It's just left for me and you, for us to return back to our Maker, seek for forgiveness or whatever we have done wrong. Of course, so many iniquities. We are humans and we are prone to keep on, you understand, making a lot of, you understand, sin. But then nevertheless, we still have, you understand, an opportunity, which is we go before him and then seek for forgiveness. And then he has said in this word that he is just, that he's going to forgive us of all our unrighteousness. So irrespective of whatever you have done against your maker, you just go, you understand, before him, seek for forgiveness, and he is going to forgive you of all your trespasses. A very interesting video, and I know that a lot of you have thought an opinion concerning this, and I want you to drop it at the comment section. Let's all learn from one another. So this is the end of my video. If you like my reaction, you should like, share and subscribe. And if you have any video you want me to react to, don't forget to drop it at the comment section and I'm going to check it out. So guys, you remain blessed and I see you in my next video. Bye bye.